In this video, I want to talk about discipline, and discipline when it comes to taking control of your body in a physical form. So the discipline when it comes to your body, it's crazy what you can actually push yourself. There was a guy named Gehrig. He was a baseball player. He went through his career played over 1,200 games in a row, went through so many injuries and continued to show up every single game without failure. Always played every single game without complaining or without taking a break or anything. He played with injuries, he played with sickness, he played with anything. One time there was a story. He got knocked out by the pitcher. The pitcher threw the ball, it hit him in the head. He got knocked out cold. He got taken to the hospital and they said, "Did you want to rest for the next game?" And he was like, "No." So he would continue to put himself in positions where he didn't do what normal people did. If he was injured, he would play. And when other people around him, when they got injured, they stopped. But further along in his career, so he continued to this streak of playing every game, not missing a game, never missing a game, over 1,000 games and never missed a game. And there were people in the league that would miss a game if they got injured or had a sore finger or whatever, and he never made excuses. He always just showed up. Eventually, throughout near the end of his career, he had the problem of all this streak or this amazing feat that he had accomplished. His body ended up not responding the way. The statement that I want to say is, you need to be the conqueror and ruler of your own body. You need to be in charge. You're the king. You're the queen. You're in control of your body. So as soon as he found that his playing was not beneficial to his teammates, to his team, he had to realize that he needed to have the same discipline with how he consistently showed up no matter what, consistently played 110% no matter what, and he had to have the same discipline to be able to walk away, because he knew that that was the best for him, his teammates, and everybody around him. So he had to have the same discipline to be able to walk away, and eventually he did. His manager asked him, "What do you think? Do you reckon it's time to stop?" And he goes, "Yeah," with no hesitation, because the same hesitation whenever he knew that he could show up no matter if he wasn't physically 100%, he knew that he was 100% willing to be able to be motivated to give 100%, to be able to push himself mentally, to be able to do the best he can, and it would still produce good numbers consistently. His numbers apparently just as amazing as Babe Ruth's. And Babe Ruth, I know Babe Ruth, I've heard of his name, he's a legend, but I never heard of this guy's name, Gehrig. Never ever heard of him. And so his numbers were apparently just as amazing and just as legendary as Babe Ruth's, but he was never as applauded. And I think it was because he didn't have that, apparently it was because he didn't have that personality, he didn't have that pizzazz or that thing about him. He just showed up, did what he needed to do, and walked away. It was very, very simple. And simplicity, what I learned from that is simplicity is very effective. That's all you need. You need to keep things very, very simple, and you can do a lot with simplicity. You can do a lot with the things that you do have, and you don't need anything magical. You don't need anything amazing. You don't need the flash stuff. You don't need anything flash. It's very, very simple, but he kept it that way throughout his whole career and his whole life. Eventually his body caught up to him, and eventually the feats that he did accomplish was at a sacrifice of eventually not being able to do that anymore. But I mean, he lived his life fully to his truth, to what he believed he needed to push himself to, and was able to obtain greatness. And now when he passed, I'm not too sure what year he passed, but when he passed, everybody knew what he stood by. Everybody knew his values. Everybody knew how he was walking, how he was talking, what values and virtues that he wanted to live by. And it lived by pure self-discipline, pure physical discipline, where he didn't stop when his body told him to. He was in control of his body. He was the king and conqueror of his home body. I hope you gained anything from this video. I appreciate you. I believe in you. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much.